Yay! We're live?
Yeah.
Hi guys!
Hello.
So, we are here this morning to do a little Our Public Diary share. This morning we watched the Conscious Cock Craving video from my website. It's awesome. So, before we dive in, you want to share a little bit about, what you thought of the video, what came up for you, and what inspires you to want to kind of talk about it a little bit more?
Yeah, so I think that having a conscious cock, or conscious cock craving, is something that we all need to tune into, or at least those of us that are highly sexual beings. It's kind of a channeling of an energy, and making sure that you're respecting yourself and respecting your partner with that energy. And it's a dance like everything else. And it's not talked about at all.
Yeah.
Well, except for you.
Yeah, there are some people that, to dive deep into this conversation of cock or
horniness,
sexuality in general, and especially taking gender out of it. So we're talking about the energy of cock. And when you hear the word cock, when you think the word cock, what happens in your body? Same thing with vagina, with ass, with whatever it is, you know. Yeah. And so this video was talking about the energy of masculinity and of cock, and what it's like for me, as I would say, and I identify on so many sides of like omnisexual, sapiosexual, demisexual, and not being attached to the genitals. The genitals are one small, literally 3 to 7 inches of our...
When flaccid.
Huh?
Oh, I said when flaccid.
3 to 7 inches. Well, I mean, I'm not even talking about penis. I'm
just
talking
the
about
areas.
Yeah, our genital, like our sex center. And the reality is, I've had the beautiful opportunity to relate to people with all different kinds of genitals. People that had no genitals, like literally no genitals, just an opening for the front, and they had an opening in the back, completely unidentified. But the way that they could express their cock energy, they still had that. It's this powerful energy, and in the video I was talking about it as like creation energy. But then that comes back to just sexual energy as this creative life force that we can play with, having absolutely nothing to do with our bodies. It's in the air. And oftentimes in our sexuality and around intimacy, we get so focused on the genitals, and we lose sight of our true orgasmic potential and what it means to like really embrace cock energy, or really embrace the power of the poonan, or whatever you want to call it, So on a personal level, to refer about our relationship here in this, I feel like I'm shaking right now because I'm getting like so passionate. Like, this is a very passionate topic for me and us.
For us.
Yeah, and
I have a lot of cock energy.
Yeah, you want to talk about like ground this energy?
Yeah.
I really would love to hear, and I would love for you to share.
So, yeah, I mean, I have dick brain all the time. I mean, and then to take that a step further, so I'm just a naturally horny person, and then on top of that, Candace is extremely sexy, and so my mind's on penetration and like the sex part of it all the time. And in our relationship, Candace has been really good about appreciating that raw, like, I just want to bang you, and she never makes me feel shameful or guilty for having what we call dick brain. But I think it's super important when you do that dance again. It's like, okay, it's time to, where can I take this energy and make it so we can connect with this energy, and you can feel my energy in a way that is nice to receive.
Neutral.
And right, and not just about, you know, the genitals, which people with dick brain, you do jump to that. It's like, because your genitals are screaming to you when you just want that.
Yeah. And when we're using the word cock, we're not talking about an actual physical cock coming off our body.
Right.
And we play with cock energy so much. And so, like, on what you were just sharing, I feel so honored, and it's to be able to celebrate your sexual energy. And, you know, when I think about some of the things, like these conversations we have, and some of the, what do I say, like terminology of like banging, you know, to bang, or when, so you wake up and
I have dick.
You have a hard dick. You're like, my dick is hard for you. Yeah. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm like, yeah, baby. Like, and you know, if you tell me, like, give me a hand job, or, oh, remember the thing about, you know, you were saying, I'm lucky that you don't have an actual physical penis because you dick stack me, like,
I'm lucky. She's lucky I don't have, I mean.
But it was like, hey, I love that, boo.
Yeah. And I mean, I do get a lot of like, I wish I had a dick all the time so she could really see how hard it is all the time for her. But I usually just tell her I have a boner.
Yeah. And you do, you know, that's that big thing we're talking about here. So sometimes when you have a cock, it can be very easy to be like, I got this cock, I'm gonna do things with it, right? But then you like miss out on so many other elements of showing up for your partner and connecting with your partner. And I get to experience this conscious cock energy with you, you know? You fulfill my conscious cock cravings. You penetrate me, and I feel penetrated by you, and I feel, you know, there are times where you're receptive to penetration. It's an energetic, like we do the dance of being in our masculine and our feminine, and going beyond the 3 to 7 inches, and then even beyond that, getting away from destination focused intimacy and sexuality into journey focus. Right,
we do a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what she means by that is like a destination would be, you know,
beep boop, done.
You're banging till you come, and that's the goal. And we celebrate intimacy, physical intimacy, more like a journey, meaning that there's no destination. There's no pressure, there's no expectations.
There's no end and no beginning.
Right. I mean, my expectation for myself when we're intimate is that I'm present with what's going on between us. But that's it.
Yeah. And within that, though, you know, like you were saying, it's so valuable to have that place where you can have dick brain. You know, there are definitely times.
You can't help it.
Yeah, no, and I'm totally okay with that. There are times where I'm like, I just need da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Give me da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whatever da-da-da-da-da-da is. And sometimes that I just need you to fuck me. I just need blah, blah, blah. And sometimes that I really want to come. And then sometimes I have a little bit more energy in me. And sometimes I could share that. And I love it when you tell me what you really want. I love serving you. And I love it when you take what you want. You know, and I think there's so much
That's
value.
What makes you awesome, though.
It makes you awesome, too, for saying what you want. I wouldn't be able to show up for you and do all these amazing things if you didn't tell me you wanted it and invite me in.
I think a good way, I just have to mention this, too. Like, when you do have dick brain, it's nice to just give yourself a hug.
Enjoy it.
Give yourself a hug with
a hand hug.
Right.
You just,
we do that to each other a lot too. Like, you know, sometimes dick brain for me can take over really instantly over just the way she walked by me or bent over to get something. And if I just...
I like bending over with intention.
Yeah.
I like enticing the
like,
big
oops,
brain.
I dropped something. Can you pick that up for me? But I... You know, it's really helpful. I can see in the past where maybe, you know, all of a sudden, you know, all it takes is a bending over and you're ready to go, you know, ready to be banging and destinationing. And
sometimes we can get blamed and shamed for not wanting to be there. So that's
and
the
also
other piece.
the burden that women hold and men too.
Don't be too sexy because you might turn someone on.
Yeah. And, you know, so yeah, I recommend hugs. You know, that's a good way for you and your partner to ground and to get nourished without having sex take over your day. Mm-hmm. Although there's nothing wrong with that.
If you don't have time but you want to honor that energy, a hand hug is like really. And you could put so much energy, like you can fuck someone with a hand hug. This is that conscious cock energy. Mm-hmm. You know, like we don't have time. We're not in the appropriate space or whatever it is, but we can give each other, like we just say, hey, because it does, like this energy does feel centered in our genitals. There is a reality to where this energy manifests, so to say, and our body says, touch that. You know? So just
I think it's super
that.
helpful.
Yeah.
It brings you back, like grounding. It brings you back to reality. And
it's
a way not to reject your partner too. You know, when your partner, I have dick brain all the time. And I know I can always get a hand hug. And I know I can move on with my day after I get a hand hug.
Yeah. Yeah. And dropping into sexuality and these energies as something more than just to get off, you know? Like and I think one of the reasons why it's so grounding, and like we view sexual energy and transmuting, like when we're in challenging places, because it is so grounding, it brings us back to source. The energy of which we all came from. It is this energy that created us. Whether or not within our actual process there was an orgasm involved or people were enjoying themselves, someone had sexual energy that, you know, brought us to life. And so I feel like that's like the other piece. You know, babies, oh my God, babies play with their genitals so much. When we come out of the womb, we're just like, hey. I think it's so grounding.
It is.
It's, yeah.
It's also self-soothing.
Very self-soothing. Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else you really would want to make sure we drop in on? Yeah. God. Yeah, when we watched that video this morning, I was like, I want to do a redo on that one. I want to talk about that some more, and I want to talk about it with you, because I'm definitely discovering a whole new level of what this means. What, you know, when I made this original video, 3 years ago, it said? Yeah, over 3 years ago. It was over almost
3 years ago,
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago, somewhere around there. And now I'm in the same exact place, but with an entirely different, deeper understanding. And my capacity to really embrace what we're talking about has expanded. And I'm so grateful to have a partner that really understands it.
Same.
You know?
It's super. It's a really big plus.
Yeah. So whether you strap it on or you have one on your body or you
dick
meditate
brain is
on
manageable.
it. Yeah. And, you know, if you watch my conscious cock craving videos on my website, you know, I do talk about a meditation as well where you envision yourself having a cock. Like when I self-pleasure, I like envisioning myself fucking myself with a cock on top of myself fucking myself, making love to myself. You know?
I think I like that too.
All right, so enjoy. Have fun with your life, have fun with your body, have fun with sex, have fun with God, have sex with God, or not. I don't know.
Just respect other people while you do it.
Yeah. Consciousness, compassion, and lots of celebration. if you have any questions, you want to dive into something more, something really came up for you, definitely reach out. Speaking of, is anybody watching?
Yeah,
this?
Dylan.
Dylan who?
The Wolf.
That's my little brother.
He asked if I was trans. No disrespect either by my question.
Hi,
I appreciate
Dylan.
your question. Hi, Dylan.
That's my little brother.
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
want to answer that?
And good morning to Joshua.
Hey, Josh.
Sims. I am definitely androgynous. Still exploring that question, Dylan.
Thank you for asking.
I am rooted in
I'm biologically a female. And, yeah, I was just born not feeling that way. So that's where that androgyny answer comes from.
There is a lot more.
Yeah, we'll get
you're
into my gender.
self-discovery.
We'll get into my gender a different day.
Yeah. Today we're just talking about cock energy.
And Dylan, I'll message you
yeah.
so I'll
Reach
speak
out,
more
bro.
freely.
That's my little brother, man.
Yeah, man. Hi, Dylan.
He's not so little anymore, though.
Hey, he looks like a man.
Yeah, he's a man. All right, guys. He's actually also he's a very conscious, sex-positive human. I feel safe saying that about you, and I would love to drop in. I know we've had our own little conversations about this, because it's, like we said, not everybody talks about this. And I know in our family, we have definitely not been empowered to be our fully sexually expressed selves. So I just want to send some empathy to you, Dylan, and I love you, and definitely reach out anytime. And yeah, thank you for reading that and speaking into that.
Yeah.
And it's such a sweet connection there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you,
you.
everyone. Mwah. Oh, yeah. Push that one in, and I gotta click it again.